Alright, this is it. This is my final playthrough of Final celebrating that fact by playing it through on the Japanese Super Famicom version of the game. And I speak and read no Japanese. So, you're going to enjoy this game the way someone who's playing a game in a language they don't speak enjoys it. I'm going to be streaming the entire thing, and also I'm also not going to sorry, my computer's doing some weird things as we get started. I'm also using up the last 3 jobs that I have not gotten yet this fiesta. I have White Mage, Monk, here's the Roar. White Mage, Monk, Samurai are the 3 jobs I have not yet used this fiesta, and Geomancer was the 4th one that the game rolled for me on this one. So I did use the job fair to get myself Monk, White Mage, Geomancer I left as the fire job because that's the one that I rolled when I signed up for this, the 13th and final run, and Samurai was at the So we're watching the intro here. You can't speed this up. This is Lena and the King talking about trouble with the wind crystal. King is going to go take a look. And we're about to meet our hero as well. There. Here's where we get to see Ferris. She notices that the wind is stopping. Where we meet Galef, who is in the meteor. I believe he's traveling in this meteor. Adamantite, yeah, he's traveling to this world here. By scrolling there. I usually fast forward through this intro, but I'm not going to be doing that at all in this playthrough of the Japanese version. I'm also going to do it, and this is going to be an all legendary weapons run, so I will be clearing out all 4 of the optional dungeons at the end. I don't think I'll be fighting Odin or Bahamut, although I certainly could if I wanted to. This party would be more than able to handle those battles. This party will also be more than able to handle Shinryu. Not sure about Omega. Where we hear the first leitmotif of Bautsu. One thing I'm not sure if I'll be able to do, I'm not sure if I'll be able to name this character Run 13, as I've been doing this entire fiesta. I've been naming each character after the run number. So I've had 12 runs so far, so Bart's has been Run 1, Run 2, Run 3, all the way through. I don't know what kind of... I don't know if there are numerals in the Japanese version, or if there are Western characters that I could use, Latin characters that I could use. I will see. I've never looked through this version. I've certainly played the fan-translated ROM a number of times. Turn my volume a bit. But here we are. 5 minutes in, and off we go. Now, let me see. Yes. And I think that's battle speed. I think this is message speed. I want it 1. I think I want that at memory. Make sure that that's what we want here. And I'm not sure about the color we want for this final run. Let's go with kind of an olive green color here. Call that good. I may be using my Turbo Y just to get through text a little bit faster, but I won't be using the game's fast forward function. It won't really matter what the text is saying because I won't be able to read it, so. Here's our first story battle with the goblins. Hold down A through this part. So far, no problems with the Japanese. Computer's making some noise. I may, after the Wind Shrine, I may interrupt the stream for just a minute. Okay, here's where she asks me my name. And, okay, good. I get, so it looks like I just get the choice of different alphabets. I can play with a couple things. Maybe I'll do a couple sets of dots. There we go. My name is ... 13. And I'm not taking this opportunity. Probably I should take this opportunity to learn Japanese, but I'm not planning on doing that. That would it would slow my pace down more than I would like to, because I would like to finish this game this week, because I have to finish it this week. If Fiesta comes to an end on the 1st, and I need to have this completed by then, where we talk to Galef and we meet him. So I'll probably be streaming about 2.5 or 3 hours every day this week, finishing hopefully late Friday night. I guess that's the hope. Although we'll see what my pace can be. With White Mage and Samurai, I shouldn't have to go at a very slow pace. I should be able to get through most obstacles fairly quickly. That's one of the reasons I aligned my party the way I did. Rather than selecting White Mage as my Wind Crystal job and struggling through the very first chapter, I chose Monk as my Wind Crystal job. White Mage is my Water Crystal job. And I'll get Geomancer at Fire, and finally, of course, Samurai. Now this version, of course, has no auto dash, so without a thief in the party, no auto dash. Alright, so I'm not sure which set of characters is Phoenix Down. Alright, looks like that's Phoenix Down, and this is Potion. I'm going to be kind of looking at the first character of things to learn some of the more common items. Potions, Phoenix Downs. High Potions when we get there. I also plan on using the inventory numbers to help me identify some things. So if I know I have a certain number of, say, Air Knife, then I'll know when I need to switch Air Knife to power up, say, Wind Slash. Here we have another couple of story battles. But I know where items are well enough in this game to be able to identify most of the items in the treasure chests. I may have some trouble when we get to the Istery Falls dungeon at the end. Thankfully, that's a rather short dungeon. But I don't often go through that that dungeon, because it's usually just not needed in Fiesta runs. I will be taking some screenshots here. We have one more story battle here before we can meet back up with Lena and Galef. Those are all going to be one hit. Looks like experience and AP are in Latin characters. Good. And here's another dialogue sequence where after splitting up, we now decide that we are going to venture on together, the three of us, with Boko, the chocobo there. Great music right here. Galef in this early part of the game has amnesia, so he's not sure where he's from or who he is. He knows his name is Galef. The main theme again, the Off We Go adventure. Remember the title of the track. Boko says, "Don't forget me." And off we go back onto the world map. Heading into the Pirate's Cave here. If I can make my first save file. Yep, there we go. Alright, so items, we have potions, Phoenix down. I'm kind of cluing myself in. This is the magic. Not sure which is white, which is black there, but we will find that out once we get to it. This is the equipment. Here's the broadsword. Okay, it looks like we do get names like that, and this is the stats, I believe. Yeah. So we have the experience. Yeah, and next 15. I'm not sure what 0 is off the top of my head. Abilities learned, maybe? Maybe that's abilities learned. I usually don't look at that bottom number in the stats, usually it's just experience and next. Another quick dialogue sequence where we tell Boko to wait for us on this new cave that must have opened in the earthquake caused by the meteor falling. And I'm going to be fighting a good chunk of the battles. I did not, and I usually do this, and I'll do it after this battle, because I usually do this before I enter this dungeon, as I move the broadsword from Bart to Lena, and then I give Lena's knife to Butts. It helps battles go a little bit more quickly. Here we go. The optimum. Okay, and that must not be right. Is this memory then? Yes. Okay, that's memory. Alright, good. I must have changed, maybe it was the sound from stereo to mono. That may have been the selection I made there. But I do prefer to use memory rather than reset. So here, her attack will kill the first enemy she hits. And then Bartz and Galef can take care of the next one. I think those bats have... They might have 20 exactly. Yeah. So recovery spring, HP and MP. So interesting that those are in Latin characters. And I need a couple of levels, or I'm going to need a few levels throughout this part of the game. I should have had Galef attack the bat. Those crabs, I think, are called like acrophies in the ROM translation. Their defense is such that we can't quite pierce it. That's not going to be enough to kill the bat. Monk's damage is increased just with their level. It looks like I got a level up there. So any levels that we can earn in this early part of the game and in the Wind Shrine are going to be very helpful. These guys are the Stroper enemies, if I remember. And if I knew Japanese, I could probably better figure out what they meant, although maybe it is just a made-up word like that in Japanese. So far, no issues with menuing or anything like that. And I think as long as I still have pictures to go by for the items, things like the swords and knives and various pieces of armor, that won't be enough. I think the knife can do 16, 18, or 20 in Butts' hand at this point in the game. Looks like I gained a level there on somebody. I'll need to learn to recognize Lena and Galef's name as I'm trying to get Potion and Phoenix down and other items. So there's swords, and that's the, yeah, okay, so I do get a picture. So that's our leather helmet, Potion and Phoenix down. And yes, he gets the leather helmet, and then I'll get leather shoes later. That must be preemptive attack. Oh, 18 is not enough, so I think they must have 20 exactly then. Sparks can kill them in one hit with a good damage roll. We get 60 gold, 8 experience. Yeah, my gold number is in a new, yeah, 860. Gold is in a new roll. That's going to be important for me. This is, what's that? We see a ship is moving. That's notable to our characters because the wind has stopped. So we conjecture about how a ship can be moving when there's no wind. And you're seeing correctly, there are no weapons for Galef. We only have 2 weapons in this early part of the game and no way to get any more weapons. This is the pirate's fort. We, of course, saw the pirate push the switch to open the door. Bit of a tutorial moment. We actually have quite a bit of dialogue here in the next few minutes. As you would expect in the early part of any RPG, even of this vintage, a lot of exposition gets laid out in the very early parts of the game. And you have a tutorial dungeon and tutorial boss after that. Bart's doing a little bit of Bart's tomfoolery. He's kind of a clowny character. He's not very smart and does a lot of kind of oafish things. He jokes about taking the ship away and steering it. And Ferris and her pirate crew, although we don't know Ferris is a woman yet. Ferris and the pirate crew come to shut us down and take us prisoner. Ferris notices there that Lena has the same pendant that she has, although she doesn't say that out loud. She does that to herself as she arrests the whole crew and throws us in the brig. Galef still has amnesia, and he's just trying to get us released, I think. He's just yelling at the guards. Can't remember what the characters are talking about here. We have some time passing, and we're going to look over to Captain's quarters. Here we see Ferris wondering how this other woman has the same pendant that she does. Wondering if they could be related. I don't know if they ever make it clear what age these two girls were when they were separated. Certainly doesn't seem like they were infants, and they wouldn't remember that they had a sister, but it seems that that's the case. So Ferris decides to release the team, and at some point she tells the pirates that we're going to be going with them. We're not taking them prisoner, but we are in fact going to help them. The pirates are surprised, but they obligingly prepare to set sail. I'm not sure if Lena, in her dialogue, has any recognition of Ferris or has any suspicion that they might be related. Right there, Lena asks Ferris how we can sail without the help of the wind. And Ferris says, take a look at this. It's my buddy Sildra. Sildra is the water monster that pulls the ship around. Serpent, I suppose you could say. You see Sildra as a summon with its full body. I think Ferris does refer to Sildra as a he. You see it with his full body out of the water. It does resemble a plesiosaur form. There, a pirate asks you if you would like his help in sailing to the Wind Shrine, and I usually take his help. You can turn him down and steer yourself, and you can go to the town of Tool early to get some supplies, but I won't need those supplies. I won't need any of the equipment at all, in fact. Here we have some dialogue with some of the scholars who tend to the wind crystal. We get the scholar sprite anyway on those guys. Not sure if they're monks or some other kind of caretakers, but Lena recognizes this guy. He has a name that I do not remember. This guy gives us 5 potions, I think. Yes. And here we get to restore our health. But I believe we have 5 more potions now, yeah. So 8 potions, 1 Phoenix down in our inventory. And Ferris has the dagger weapon. That's actually our best weapon right now. I think at this level, the dagger does get 1 more multiplier than the broadsword. Even though dagger, I think, has 1 fewer point of attack. That is a tent, I believe. And I'm going to be fighting most of these battles, especially these ones with the white snakes, because I can take them out in 1 hit with Ferris. Who goes first? I call her First Strike Ferris. So I leave the dagger in her hands because she has the highest base agility. This is an explanation of how save points work. I don't need that explanation, but I will save. Ferris will always get a turn first when all of your characters are the same class, and barring any agility increasing items. That was, I think, that's a piece of armor, I think. Must have been that other leather helmet. I believe that's a piece of armor. Another white snake. Alright, there is a level up for run 13. in this room there is a broadsword. If I can see the sword sprite. So it doesn't actually, on the treasure chest, it doesn't actually show the image, but there's the broadsword right there. So that's actually too bad for ones that I can't quite remember. But yeah, that's 15. That's definitely the broadsword. I think the dagger is 14, yes, but she gets one more multiplier for attack. Ferris also comes with a shield. Comes with a leather shield. Alright. We're coming up to Wing Raptor. First boss battle of the game. I think we can do this all in one round. Bart should be able to take the White Snake, yes. And Wing Raptor, you should be able to, barring some very bad luck, you should be able to hold A and win the fight. Actually, even before Wing Raptor goes into its closed wing form, if you get good luck with your ATB and your damage rolls. Takotaro, thank you. Nice to meet you also. I decided to play this game in Japanese because this is the 13th time I'll be playing through the game this summer. And I'm very knowledgeable about the game, and I thought that this would add some extra challenge for me. To have to play the game in a language that I do not read, and to try to remember the names of spells and items and things. So I thought it would make a fun challenge. I think that's a Phoenix Down. Yeah, that's my Phoenix Down. So it's just a fun way to challenge myself. But I appreciate you stopping in and saying hello. And I said this earlier, I'm not going to be using a translation guide or anything, because I do want to have this game finished by this week, by the end of this week, because the 4-job Fiesta does come to an end at the end of this week. So if I was using a translation guide, it would just slow me down a little bit, because I do want to be streaming this whole thing. My first job is going to be Monk, which I pick up right now. Thank you for the good luck wishes, Takotaro. This is one of my favorite games. I assume you're familiar with it, but this is absolutely one of my favorite games, and the Super Famicom version is my favorite version of this game. But I've only ever played the ROM, the translated English patch, which I'm guessing you're also familiar with. This is amazing music. I really love this theme, of course, and this version of the theme is great. Here we get our crystal powers. Bart's gets his from the wind. The other three get theirs from the earth, water, and fire shrines. We saw each one of them get the little shiny power. The King Tycoon. Yes, you and the Japanese people like Final Fantasy. Yep, I know that there is a very vibrant Final Fantasy speedrunning and challenge running community in Japan, and also growing in the West, in the speedrunners in particular. I'm less interested myself in speedrunning FF5, but I do like playing challenge variations of the game, solo class challenges and things, but I do like watching speedruns of the game. And I would like to see the Japanese and the Western community learn more about what the other are doing. I know that we have a large language and cultural barrier between us, but I feel like we can break that. We can work with that and learn more about what we're doing, what each other is doing and working on. I'd like to see next summer, this is the Final Fantasy V 4-job Fiesta, I'd like to see this grow more into the Japanese market, because I know there are a lot of Japanese fans of this game who probably aren't familiar with the 4-job Fiesta. That's what this run is for me. This is my final 4-job Fiesta run of the summer. because it ends on September 1, so I need to have this finished before then. This is the hold B to turn down the offer of the tutorial. You can watch the tutorial with that that great theme music. Okay, now we get to make everybody monks. And that will make the early game go pretty quickly. And then when I get to the water crystal, I will be able to use white mage as well. But for now, I do have to run over to Tool Village to advance the story. Oops. I'll get to talk to Zoc. This is where Ferris's pirates get excited of the beer. See this translated as grog, I think, in one of the versions. I'm not sure which uses grog, and I don't know if they ever say beer. This is the beginner's house over here. There's some treasure in here that I can use. She asks if we're beginners, and if you say yes, you can come in. You love movie and game from the US. You have some... Yeah, you have some Taco Taro. You have some very, very cool emoji there. I know you're using Japanese characters too, so I appreciate the use of the emoji as well. So we have... This is the part that teaches you how to use treasure chests and how to grab things from hidden items. I'm going to save the chest upstairs, because I'm going to be using that chest to run grind later to get my chicken knife powered up, where I'll get in that battle and run away from it quickly to charge up the chicken knife in the end of the... Well, towards the beginning of World 3, nearing the end of the game. I will use a fully powered chicken knife. I don't really have a great class to use it, because the samurai can use the katana selection that I'll get at the end of the game. But the Geomancer will be able to use it, mostly, I guess, for the speed boost. This is where Lena recognizes that that is Zoc's house. Zoc has the key to the canal, which is what's keeping us trapped in this little inland sea here. So instead of giving TNT to Narek, the dwarf, in Final Fantasy 1, I guess, yeah, we'll go in here, and I do have some shopping to do, but we'll play this cutscene out with Zoc. If you go here earlier than the Wind Shrine, Zoc will refuse to give you the key, or he'll claim to not know what you're talking about. But after the Wind Shrine, you'll trigger this cutscene. And if I remember, he refuses to give you the key, but invites you to stay in his home overnight. And then late at night here, Bartz gets up, and he secretly gives the key to Bartz without telling Lena. Because Lena knows this one. There's a nice bit of sound programming here on the part of the Squaresoft team in the Super Famicom days. The crickets chirping. I also like the waves lapping. The sea. This is a flashback to Bartz's childhood in his hometown, and you can actually visit this home later on in the game. Visit Bartz's childhood home. That's a music box on the desk up there in the upper right corner. This is a cutscene you cannot skip. Nice, the crickets chirping on the SNES sound chip. Alright, here is Zoc, wondering whether he should give the key to Lena. And he decides to hand it over to Bart so that we can go on and try to save the remaining crystals, which is our quest. We're going to try to save the water crystal in the town that's through the canal. Next morning, we're all good. Again, as I said, I have a little bit of shopping to do. That's okay, Taco Taro. You can chat with me however you'd like to. No, that's no problem. Thank you. I just appreciate you stopping in. Okay, so I just need the white spells. I believe these are Cure, Scan, and Antidote. I'm not sure which is which. I won't be able to use them until after I fight the first boss. And unlock the water crystal. I guess you should say the first boss. I have a couple of bosses to fight before then. I think I've grabbed everything. I will get Ferris back in our party on the way out of town. Ferris tells the pirates here that they need to stay in this village and continue drinking. That she is going to venture off alone with us. So the four of us apparently can crew the ship. The last pirate says something like, "Don't forget about us." A little bit of early Squaresoft comedy there. We have a little bit more dialogue here. Thankfully, after this, the exposition slows down a little bit. The next time we have some exposition will be before the battle with Siren. But the exposition is very front-loaded, very much front-loaded. Yeah, Takotaru, that is totally fine. That is totally fine. It's great to have you along today. By the way, I am not in the USA. I am in Ireland, so for me it is 1:30 p.m. It's the early afternoon for me. So I'm streaming at a time where probably not a lot of USA streamers are awake, because it's very early in the morning for them, for most of the USA. I'm just going to double check. Yeah, Ferris does need the life recharge. The monks will make this early part of the game go very quickly for me, thankfully. Monks can double their damage. They get 2 hits, of course, with every attack, and they have the potential to critical with every punch, so it's possible even to get double critical. And they also have a chance to counter, do monks. I think it's a 40% chance to counter, but I'm not sure those numbers. Alright, let's save here. I don't anticipate any problems with Carlabos. I'm moving the 2 women to the back row because the enemies here in the canal will only attack the females in your party. They will not target Bartz, and they will not target Galef. Well, hello, Ninth Chord. Those of us who only get to watch before work, you're up and ready to go. I appreciate you stopping in this morning, Ninth Chord. I know that it's early in the morning in the U.S., so I suppose if you're getting up and getting ready for school or work. Yes, if I had a better setup, I would prefer to be watching streams while I was in the shower and shaving. Sadly, I don't have the ability to do that at the moment. Maybe sometime in the future. For now, I usually listen to the radio. So they're not doing much damage there from the back row, but the gentlemen should be doing nice damage from the front. No crits yet. And then before the battle with Carlabos, I will bump the 2 ladies up to the front row. But all these monsters in here will only target the women. So if the women are both dead, the monsters actually won't attack at all. They will not target the male characters of the party. And this is the kick ability. I think it does get, yeah, it gets halved even more from using kick from the back row. So it does a little bit of damage to everything, but not enough to make it worth it. I think I'll single target. Although it was just enough, it looked like, to put the guys over the line to be able to kill them in one shot, which is nice. But yes, 9th Court, I'm going to be streaming this whole thing this week. This entire run-through of the Japanese version of the game. As I kind of struggle through it, because I've said before, I do not speak or read any Japanese. So this is all completely foreign to me, completely new to me. It kind of makes this game that I'm very familiar with almost a new game, having to figure out which of the items are which and spells. And there'll probably be some comical moments as I put incorrect weapons and armor on characters and cast the wrong spells. Probably be some learning pains as I get used to that. Alright, so Carlobos shouldn't be much of a problem. Okay, that was the feeler attack. I think it's called feeler. And here I just need to hope for crits. Need to hope for critical hits. I haven't gotten one yet. And I think it's a 12.5% chance to crit. So crits and counters are the name of the game for monks. So far I don't think I've seen either of them pop up, but Carlobos really should be a hold down A kind of battle. There's a crit for double damage. Caleb is up. Okay, there's the feeler attack again. He can also use tail screw, which is a weak inflicting attack. It drops you down to just single-digit hit points. One crit. Alright, that's good. His physical attack is the least threatening thing that Carlobos can do. Elena had a chance to counter there, but she did not counter. And it should just be a few more hits now. Let's see, there's tail screw. That's the weak inflicting attack, but it's not worth healing that monk. There we go, because we won on the next strike. I think that's a potion, but it doesn't look like the characters I saw for potion before, and I can't remember what you get for Carlobos now. We haven't picked up antidotes yet. We don't have the opportunity to buy those yet. We actually won't get any antidotes until the chests in the ship graveyard. Here's where we see the first of many Sildra sacrifices. Sildra really gives up his life for us an awful lot in this game. Of course, that's not that wasn't new to Final Fantasy, and that certainly wasn't the last time we saw noble sacrifices in Final Fantasy. Here's that nice wave crashing music again. The music, it's a sound effect. And without Sildra, we can't sail our ship because there's no wind either, with the wind crystal shattered. So the ship is just left to drift with the currents. And I think this is a neat piece of narrative that they used, because this happens a little bit in real life. Just ocean currents will push things that are drifting to concentrated areas. This is where wrecked ships all get washed on. Takotaru, thank you. Good play. Yeah, that first boss there, if you have ways to do decent damage, he's pretty easy with monks or with black mages. There are some parties he's not very easy. White mage and thief come to mind, of course. because both of them are very low offense classes. I'm going to pick up the flail here, not just for the money. I'm actually going to be using it with my white mage. And this is the only way that the white mage can do damage for a pretty good chunk of the game, is with this one particular weapon. And every time we earn a level up, the monk's damage will increase a little bit, because I think their attack power is influenced by their levels, not just their multiplier. There's a counterattack. That might be the first counterattack we've seen so far, but that's the way that the monks can multiply their damages, with counterattack. Oh, okay. Couple of levels up there. And there were two of them that were not Bart's. It was not the main character getting a level up. But let's see if it goes from 22. There we go, 42. So she got a doubling of her multiplier. Yeah, and that's what happens when you auto target like that. So with those levels, we've fully doubled our damage just with that one set of levels. So I'm going to run back. I think I got a dagger drop right there. That's a rare drop from those skeleton enemies. So if you have thieves in your party, you normally have to grind those a little bit to get 4 daggers, be able to fight the siren battle with any kind of efficiency. With those extra levels and higher hit point totals, I'll rest up here to recharge that. What level are we? Okay, we're all level 5. Pretty low, but we have enough offense with monks to handle just about anything. Now, I think this is not a Phoenix Down. Is that a tent as well? Alright, let's see. That's the staff from the Wind Shrine. Those are my broadswords. My knife and my dagger. One of these is the flail. Okay, 4 Phoenix Downs. Oh, that's an ether. Okay, that's an ether. Good to know. One of those is tent. I think one of those is tent. I think we have picked up some tents and chests. But we'll see. There's the money there. And we ought to be able to do all these guys. I'm not sure if we can actually get the undead husk enemies in one shot. They have a little bit higher defense. Oh, so do the car cursors. Looks like, unless Lena just doesn't have quite the strength bonus. The others. Counterattack, yeah, so that's the case. So it's just Lena needs one more level before she gets that multiplier. Lena has fairly low strength, so her multiplier is going to be a little bit behind the rest of the team. Another Phoenix Down in here, I think. Yeah. I think that one is tent, but I'm not sure. That's going to be part of the fun of this run-through. Struggling a little bit with the language. I'll probably waste a good number of items and a good number of spells in not knowing what they are. Crit, a little bit wasted there on the car cursor. But that should one-shot that one, yes. And now we just do skeleton. I will likely pick up one more level, and hopefully that's enough to get Lena for extra damage multiplier. Okay, so that's the kick. That second the second command is that's the monk kick command. Okay. Yeah, that's the famous not they're famous, I guess, the monk kick command. So let me compare your characters in chat with that. Okay, yes. I can see that. The font, I was comparing Takotaro. I appreciate the reference there for me. I was just looking at the font between the chat window and the font that's used on the game. That's also going to be a challenge for me, not knowing the characters intimately. Seeing them in a slightly different font might be hard for me to make it out. Where someone who reads the language well, like you can see it in different fonts and still recognize the characters. But I appreciate that very much, Takotaro. Thank you. Okay, and there's the dagger drop. I keep getting dagger drops. I don't really need them. All right, we all got the level 6 level up there. Very easy to forget about that hole and fall in that hole right there. There we go. And now we get the cutscene where we learn that Ferris is not in fact a man. Ferris is a woman. Because we send Lena off to change out of her wet clothes, and the 3 men are supposed to be in here changing out of their wet clothes, but Ferris refuses to take off her clothes in front of the other guys. And here's where Lena says, it doesn't matter. I think in the translated ROM she says, Ferris is Ferris. It doesn't matter if Ferris is a man or a woman, which is pretty progressive. Yes. Takotaro. That's very nice of you. I appreciate that. And anytime you feel like you need to point something out to me that I'm missing, you feel free to. I will not be angry if you point things out to me that I'm missing. We're all here to have fun. We're all here to have a good time. So I got a little rest there. I'm going to just confirm something real quick. Alright, so that's the ether. It's getting down. Well, I guess I'll wait. I'll wait to confirm that's a tent, because I think I can only confirm that if I use the tent. I don't want to waste it. So I'll wait till I can go to the store and buy them, because I know what they cost. I'll recognize them at the shop. Very good. And that'll help. Critical. Here's that. Okay, so we just gained a level up there. And I bet that was an elixir. I bet that was elixir. So I'm going to go back and save because those guys have a chance to drop elixirs. They're very valuable, and I want to keep that elixir. So let's do that. I think this is just counter. No, it might not be counter. No, it's not. It's a command. I bet that is that chakra. That might be chakra. I need to look up my monk abilities list. That might be the healing spell, which actually will go quite nicely with the white mage. I didn't think about that bit of synergy. You get some free MP with chakra as well. White mages can cure everything. Here's the world map. Nope, not quite yet. Alright, so I'm going to get us down to one enemy left, and then I'll try using Chakra. Oh, no, it's not Chakra. It's build-up. That's what it is. That's what it is. Build-up. There's the world map. Right, build-up is where you take a little bit more time and then you attack with double attack power. That's going to be how I take care of Galura with build-up. But I won't need it on these enemies. Double crit. I'd like to get that on the boss coming up. We'll see. I wanted to check something in the stats. Yeah, so I think that's abilities learned then, that one at the bottom, because they have just learned one. I think I was correct about that. Right, so I'll have to remember, thankfully, I think the abilities earned show up in the same order all the time, so I will be able to remember that. Yep, that's our world map. Thank you very much. Now, thankfully, with the world map, I won't ever actually see that that character set again. I won't ever see that word again. It just allows you to open the map once you're out on the world map. But so that doesn't become an inventory item. At least not in the English translated ROM. It does not become an item. We have a bit of a cutscene here, but I'm going to heal some of the damage that we've taken. Or it looks like that might not be damage, that might be level up bonus, which is great. Alright, yeah, we made it to level 7. Excellent. We all have build-up equipped, so we should be able to take out Siren without much trouble. And I do hope we get her on the first try, because she has a rather long cutscene before the battle. And after the fight with Siren, once we're out on the world map, I'm going to save, and I am going to reset the stream. My computer's working a bit hard. I'm just going to reset the stream, reset the settings a bit. So that will just be a slight interruption in the stream after this battle. So what's happening in this cutscene? Hakotaro, you have great chat emojis. I like them a lot. Keep them coming. So this cutscene, all of the characters except Galef see somebody that they know and love, and this is another clue that the two women are related, because they both see King Tycoon, who is both of their fathers. Bart sees his mother, who he remembers. Her name is Stella, at least in the English version. Galef sees this little girl, but he can't remember who he is or who she is. So he's not affected by this mind-altering effect. And Siren there, those blue flames, she sucked the souls out of the bodies of the other three because she was able to control their minds. Now their souls are returned. And they celebrate that they got their soul back into their bodies. And now we fight a battle with Siren. Haste is not a great one for her. I'm going to see if build-up can get through her defense. She has very high physical defense in this form. Okay, there's scan. Okay, build-up can get through, so we do have enough attack power to get through. That is, yes, that's a sleep spell, and that one's kind of nasty. But if build-up is doing that kind of damage, I'm just going to go right on the offensive. Let it happen. Oh, I had it wrong. I had it flipped. The first form has high magic defense. This form has high physical defense. That's why. Okay. So there we had a counterattack and now a regular attack. I'm going to let the undead part attack one more time. Nice crit. Crits ignore defense, so that crit did really nice damage. Alright, so now we should be able to use build-up. And I'm going to try to time it so that the build-up strikes hit just as the boss transitions back into her magical form. My execution is somewhat lacking in this fight. It was slow. But thankfully, this might actually take the boss down right here. Yes. And that's a bronze arm. I remember. Right, so again, I'm going to head out here, save, and then I'm just going to reset the stream. So there will be just a slight interruption in the stream. Okay, there we go. So I will be back in just under a minute. All right, I'm hoping we're back live. I'm going to run from some of these battles. I need to heal up. There's really no other equipment I need, but I will get the cheap heal and the money from this town. And I'll need to have these escapes anyway. I'll have to charge up my chicken knife for later. I probably could just continue right through the North Mountain, use a tent outside the mountain, and go through. Again, the boss of that one should be fine. Alright, we're rested and ready to go. Today we're happy. That's great. Yeah, sorry about the interruption there. That was an antidote in the box, and this is a frost rod in the box. I need to remember that when you find an item, it's the name that's in brackets before. So they must say the name of the item and then you found it. Okay, so you have to head out. Takotaru, thank you. Takotaro, thank you very much for stopping in today. It's the middle of the night, so I appreciate you stopping in and saying hello. And I will be playing this all week, so if you care to come back and say hello, you're very welcome, and hopefully we can have some fun. There's the hidden pot with the 1,000 skill. I will do my best. Thank you very much. Alright, and I think I get tier 2 in here, or this is maybe where I get, sorry, armor. Okay, already got it. And, yeah, so I'll have to figure out, once I unlock my white mage, I'll have to figure out which one of those is which. In the meantime, I should be able to head on up to the mountain. And I don't need to run anymore from these guys because I should be able to one-shot kill all of these enemies here. I don't know what kind of defense the bullet guys in the back row have. They might have a little bit more physical defense. Oh, and they have some evasion, too. I believe punches are 100% base accurate. To be honest, I haven't checked my monk stats very recently. But again, I will be fighting most of these battles for the levels, for the experience. And these guys do have a little bit of physical defense. You can tell by how much damage the critical does. It does slightly more than double damage, so that tells you that the critical that's dropping their physical defense down to 0 and then doubling it is demonstrating how much they have. Okay, I guess I don't have to use a tent here. I have plenty of health. I may grab the first treasure, and if I do take some damage from the first battle or two in here, I can go back and use it. I usually don't fight these fights in here because they're not very rewarding if you ask me. I think that this is a soft. And that's the ether. The antidote. Yeah, I'll have to see which. Yeah, and it won't let me. So once we get poisoned or turned to stone, I'll be able to see which of those which. There we go. Now, if these blocks use, yeah, they can do quite a bit of damage. You can see that their physical defense is quite high. That makes sense because they're made of stone. That was the corner attack. I think that's 1.5 times damage from the block. I'll continue. The cats, I don't think, give enough experience for me. Especially since they can do quite a bit of damage to you. Oh, we have a preemptive strike. I should have just done kicks there. Got him. Definitely got him. And let me see what the reward is for this. Yeah, 23 experience. Not a lot, especially when I need, well, 52. So a couple more battles and I'll have that extra level. So I may do that just before we head up to save. I don't want this one because Lena is probably going to die here. Thankfully, we're in the back row from this, so it reduces the damage we take. Alright, and Lena will survive. We'll get out of here. There we go. Just enough so she doesn't get one shot by anything. Phoenix Downs are quite expensive in this game, so whenever you can save them, very helpful. Out of this one. do want to fight maybe one more battle. I don't want to fight this one. Back attack with the Sting Eagles, because they can do status effects to you that I don't want to see. But sadly, that might be all I can fight up here. There might be lots of Sting Eagles up in this part. There's also these poisoning bushes. But I will try to take the bird out as quickly as I can. It's going to get back row penalties from me, and it looks like it also has fairly healthy physical evade from me. But I do need just a little bit more experience. I'd like to get one more level there. Characters need just to push over. Flip. That will help me. I'm going to try to do the Forza skip. I don't know if I'll be able to. Partly because I haven't looked up how many hit points she has. I think it's after 250 that she does that. Level, okay, yeah. So I think one more battle will get the other characters the level up that they need. There we go, this will do it. So fighting this battle ought to do it, and this is a little bit less dangerous battle unless Lena gets ganged up on by those characters. Good, the critical on the first slug helped. Now I can get one of the blocks out of the way. Blocks don't have that much health. They just hit hard. Alright. That gets 50 experience. Yeah, this should do it. Okay, yep, so there's level ups for all three of the other ones. Trying to recognize the characters of Lena, Galef, and Ferris' names. Alright, so let's try this tent thing here. Okay, it is that. It is that. Great. Cool. The way I'm going to try Siren to get the Forza skip, I'm going to try attacking her twice, and then lining up all 4 characters' attacks with build-up. And see if I can get the Forza skip. I think 2 attacks from my characters, followed by 4 build-ups. Should knock her down. I might not even have to do 2 attacks. I'm trying not to cross the threshold there to make it do it. So maybe if I get a critical from the first attack, then I will just go ahead and go right to 4 build-ups. And see if I can take her through her AI routine where she would summon her husband Forza. Alright, lightning. Let me see how much damage Ferris does. Okay, it was about 120. Okay. Actually, I might just go right for build-ups here. Yeah, this should do it. Especially if I get a crit like that. There we go. Got it. I do get the whip. I won't get to use the whip, but that'll be a little bit extra money for me. Great. It is flashing here because Lena is poisoned, but I'm not going to worry about it. You can get in battles there, and even on this screen you can get in some battles. This is my favorite music of the game, probably, right here. Lena walked over the poison plant to retrieve the flower for the dragon there. And the dragon revives her, cures her of her poisoning. But we've now retrieved the dragon that we so desired and so needed. So let's do it, boys. This is more great music right here, the dragon music. And we now have a vehicle. So I have a few errands to run before we go to tackle the next boss. First one is to grab an accessory that's in here. I need these glasses. I would like these glasses. Like these glasses. But I don't actually have an accessory for everybody yet. And armor in this game, especially early in the game, in my opinion, is generally not a very good investment. Who doesn't have an accessory? She doesn't even have a helmet. But armor is generally not the best investment in this game. Weapons are a very good investment of money. Support items are also very good, of course. But armor, especially the armor you can buy, is just kind of falls short for me. Until very late in the game when you can buy some of the best armor. So generally you can find nice armor shortly after you can buy it, and in some cases well before you can buy it. Helpful. I may run down and talk to Lone Wolf while I'm in the castle here. I won't release him, but I'll chat with him. This is where we try to talk this king out of using the water crystal. He refuses to stop using the water crystal. Just as we're speaking to him, another meteor falls from the sky near the Horus Tower, where the crystal is kept. This is the SNES showing off its Mode 7 muscle. Or it comes in to report to the king that another meteor has fallen. I believe they referenced the meteor that fell near Castle Tycoon, which is actually where we're heading next. But yeah, let's see if we can say hello to Lone Wolf. And I'm not sure which one is no and which one is yes. I think this is gonna be no. Okay, there we go. But we taunted Lone Wolf. Let's hope that that's good luck for later. I can't even remember what's in this. I don't think there's anything of use in here. No, there's nothing of use there. I don't think. You can get out to get Shiva on another spot, and then that's the basement where you can grab the elf cape. I don't think I'm going to try for that right now, though. I'll grab that before we leave World 1, but I don't think I'll need it just yet. And I'll have to use a handful of Phoenix Downs generally to get out of there. Although with monks it might not be too bad. Maybe I will try it once with the monks after we grab our treasure here. I'm not going to go back into the thieves' hideout, the pirate's cave. Treasure in there is not great. I guess I think there is an ether in there. He tells us to go talk to the Chancellor. Chancellor's very worried about Lena. Now, the reward for going through this optional scene is actually quite great, especially for this party. I will get a weapon that all of them can use, actually. Minus the shuriken, which the ninja only can use, but I'll get a healing staff for the white mage. It's going to be very important. And I'll also get the katana for the samurai when I get the samurai job, but I'll have a weapon for it early. And also the same thing with the diamond bell for my geomancer, although by the time I get geomancer, I will have no interest in using that diamond bell, because bells are a pretty crummy weapon, all told. This game. We have a little conversation there that feels a little bit more possibly about Lena and Ferris's relationship and their connection. Quite a few other items here in this castle that I do want, so I'm going to grab all of them. Yeah, there's one there. There's high potions, there's elixirs, there's quite a few things. And I might have to just get used to where these things, that's the Phoenix Down, I think, that one. I might just have to learn the location of these things when I do the sort. I have to learn where elixirs and where, oh! So, there we go. So that's the elixir. That must be the high potion. These are like swaps. Weapons. I bet... No, that's not the shuriken. I don't know what all that is. I'll have to figure that out as I go. I'm sure there'll be a lot of items in here that I don't use that I normally would, just because I don't know what they are. Can't remember what they are, or we'll have them in inventory and just not know which one is which. These are the secret cottages over here. Not really it's not a hidden passageway you can see with the thief. It's just kind of one you have to know about. These are both cottages. So let's see. Let me look at the first character of this one again. Cottage. Yeah, the first character is that. Yeah, alright, so it's this. This is the cottage. Alright, so that one's the cottage. And I might misuse some of those rather than tents in certain places, but that's okay. That's another reason I'm fighting more battles than I normally would, because I think I'm going to be wasting some items here, so... just so that I have enough money to afford all the items that I know I'm going to be wasting, Phoenix Downs and things. I'll probably be throwing Phoenix Downs at characters when I mean to throw Maiden's Kisses at them. Here he gives me the healing staff. Where I get the katana and the diamond bell and the shuriken. There's that bell, and I do plan, Ninth Chord, on taking some pictures of that bell. Now, I won't get to use it for a little while here, because I don't have freelancers, so sadly, I will not be able to use it on Garula coming up. Very sadly, I won't get to use it on Garula, but, you know, we'll do what we have to do, and I have a pipe dream, Ninth Chord, of finishing off Neo X Death with a bell attack. Might just be a pipe dream for me, but I'm going to try to do it. If I can count the hit points just right, I may try to use the rune bell to take him out, to get the front physical attacking part to within, like, a couple hundred hit points, and then quickly use the magic lamp to kill the back part, and then attack the front part with that bell. Hopefully I can pull it off. I'm gonna try, because I'd like that to be kind of my final achievement. That'll make a nice wrap-up of the fiesta for me, and if I can do it on stream, that will be quite hype, I think. Alright, nope, don't need to go to the meteor. Oh, you know what? One thing I forgot to do, I do want to try to get the elf cape before I have a white mage. I have to use... The white mage will be helpful because I could cast armor or protect with the white mage, but I'm going to try it. I might eat it here from these guys, but... Try it. Depends on what kind of luck I get. But they might have enough hit points... Not too... I don't know if they'll have enough hit points to tank an attack from Japanese guys, but we'll see. Pretty good luck on the encounter rate going in. 250, so not quite enough to survive one attack. A couple more levels and they would have enough. Yeah, and 8 Phoenix Downs is usually what I have at this point, and it'll cost me a couple of Phoenix Downs to get the Elf Cape and get out of here. Okay. You get the glasses. So let's hope for... Ooh, not quite. And I want Ferris to be on her feet because she can be the target of some attacks and can dodge them with the Elf Cape. She didn't dodge that one, sadly. Oh, that's interesting. Do I have 5 now? Huh. Did it use that Phoenix Down before? Wow, so actually great luck on that, though, that it only cost me... For some reason it cost me 3 Phoenix Downs. It should have just been 2. I wonder if it actually used that Phoenix Down that I selected in battle before it actually had a chance to use it. Or maybe I'm smoking something. I don't know. Either way, I got the Elf Cape and it cost me a few thousand, which is worth it. Yep, I'll stay. Alright, now we can do the tower and the Garula battle. And I think I'm on track for today for time, because I was hoping to at least get up to the Fire Crystal today, to at least get through the Karnak Castle escape, and I should have plenty of time for that. I have, hoping to play till about 3:30 p.m. my time. That was actually quite easy. I thought that would be a little bit more of a chore. But yeah, so I have about 70 minutes left of streaming time today. And I'll get the treasures in here, and I'll fight a few of the battles in here, because I may pick up another level. which when you have monks, every level helps. That's the cool thing about monks. They get the multipliers from the strength, but their attack also increases with every individual level. So their attack goes up slightly every time they do get those levels up. But Galera with build-ups should be fine, or I can also just defend and kill Galera with counters. So I may fight Galera twice if I can't take it out the first time. Just with build-ups. So I might try and just rush it down. I don't know if I'll have enough to do that, though. It depends on how many counters I get. And how many crits I get with build-up. A lot of hit points going on here. 25 experience, not great. AP for Monk is not going to be huge on this run. I think this is a silver ring, although I don't know if any of these guys can actually equip it. No, I don't think they can. Or that's time to the silk robe. Now you get a silver ring and a silk robe in here, but I can't remember now which one's which. Either way, I don't think the monks can equip either. I think that's a usable item. That's a consumable. But let's go for a tent here. All right. I don't have very many potions, but I don't think I'll need them. With the monk's hit point totals, I don't think I'll need very many potions. This is not like a thief battle where you've got to grind Galera down forever with little pinpricks of attacks. These are the recalled mages? Is that their name? Recard mages? And yeah, that's a one shot all around. Okay, there we go. Alright, these might be... Those might be job level ups. I knew they were close to job level ups. Let's see, yeah. So these guys are all there. Except Ferris, who was dead at the end of what battle? The Siren battle, I think Ferris died. And let's see, is that counter? That might be counter, because that is a, that's an innate, or that's a passive ability. So that might be counter there. Oh, I can't quite take these guys out. One shot. Like to have gotten a crit, got one of those guys right away. Alright, sleep, that's fine. No harm done. Yeah, I think I'm gonna fight Galera with build-ups. I don't know if I'll be able to do quite enough damage. I think I have to do 1200 damage to Galera, but if I can get about 200 per build-up attack, might just be able to do it before he can kill all of us. Let's see. Woo! Yep, there's build-up. Alright, so it's gonna start countering like crazy once I start punching, but what kind of damage can I do? Alright, there we go, that's good. That'll help. Every crit will really be nice, because its physical defense is pretty hefty. Yeah, ooh, I might have to go the counter passive route. He's just doing way too much damage. I'll have to do that next time I fight him, because I don't think I'm going to be able to survive this one. It's going to take us out. Yep. Alright, so we will have to go the counter passive route. Oh, ninth chord, that other ability you think might be chakra? I'll have to actually learn it again. I'll check it again, ninth chord, once I'll learn it here from these guys. I'll check it again, but I don't think it is because it didn't have the exclamation mark in front of it. It looked like it was a passive ability. I'll check it more closely, but it didn't have the command exclamation mark on it. So I don't think it was chakra. Now, if I was diligent, I would have checked beforehand. I would have checked the guide to see what order monks learn their abilities, but... Now, if it was chakra, that would be very handy for the Galera fight. I wouldn't have to use potions, but... Ooh. And... now, I've got to worry about finding which one is... which item I have that's Maiden's Kiss. Now that I've been frog-songed. Alright. Not that one. Not that one. Maybe I don't have any. No, that's the cabin. That one. Not that one. Uh-oh, I might not have a Maiden's Kiss. I don't think I do. I don't have a Maiden's Kiss. I didn't buy any yet, so I'm gonna have to go back and use the tent. Well, this way I guess I will learn I'll learn that ability and take another look at it. I don't know, not much I can do. I can't use kick. I don't know if build-up will do any damage. There we go, that should take him out. Here's everyone learning that ability. Alright, now let me see. Yes, it doesn't have the command in front of it. So I don't think that it's chakra. I'll put it on Bart's here and see if it shows up on his command menu. Yeah, no, so I think it's counter. Actually, the Galera fight might be a little trickier than I imagined. I might have to go out and buy some more potions, because he's really punishing with that damage. I'll save here, and I might actually stick my guys in the back row for the Galera fight, and hope for crits to help me do more damage than he does. But I only have a handful of 10 potions, not a whole lot. So let me try that. I thought that build-up would do a little bit more damage to Galera, but at 75 per swing, minus the crits, which did 250, which was great. You can see how high that the defense of Galera must be. But I'd have to get very, very lucky with Galera's counters. So I think I will just hang back for this fight, play it a little more defensively, get in the back row and just defend to reduce the damage that he does and counter him to death. So we'll see about that. And hope that our crits overcome the back row penalty. Actually, you know what? I might try and get out of this one. I don't want to take any more damage for the fight. And I think we're all full health. Okay, great. Alright, we'll try it again. I won't be so aggressive this time. I thought I could race him down. But at these levels, I'm not going to win a damage race with him. Alright. Unfortunate that he got that off first. Alright. That's okay. Eek. So that was bad luck because Ferris wasn't defending because she had used the item on Lena. That time she was defending and she got the Elf Cape miss. But it's really going to depend on getting counters to do anything serious. So I need Galera to land attacks on characters when they're defending. There we go. And then get counters that have lots of crits. Like that. So it's going to be a little bit luck dependent, fortunately. Ferris is really getting kicked around here. Yes, I certainly wish I did have Chakra. Because I could use that every time. I could sit in the front row and just use Chakra every turn. And just let him go. But otherwise, I can't survive if he's doing 100 hit points per swing in the front row. I might try a build-up attack from the back row here. I'll get everyone else defending. Alright, that's not bad. Okay. That was alright. He actually didn't do the counterattack. He skipped it to go onto his regular attack. Let's try that again. Alright, nice crit from the back row there, Galef. I'll wait. I'll wait. Till after this. That's her build-up attack. There was Rush. And there's the regular attack. So, wow, 4 in a row. Okay. Whoa. Hello, Lena. So, we had double counterattack on all of them at Lena. Hello, Lena. Alright, so he's in his dangerous routine now, so I'm going to leave him alone. I'm going to let him attack me, and we'll play his countering game. Lena is in that leak status. It's actually pretty devastating. The speed that it leaks down and the duration of that attack. Wow, Lena's really getting it. And she's still leaking. Yeah, leak status really is nothing to be messed with. Alright, he's targeting the characters that I don't want him to target. Namely, the characters who are not defending, having just used items. So there it is again. Bart's had to use an item to heal himself and was not defending. All three others were defending, and he went after Bart. So far, not amazing luck. I haven't really been counting hit points very well. So I'm not sure where he is. But Geller is definitely in its dangerous routine, where I don't want to be messing around with attacking it. These counters will not provoke counters from Galera, so I can safely counter it without it countering me. I don't know if I have enough potions to last this out. I'm out of potions. I don't want to start dipping into my high potions too early. Not that I would know a high potion if I saw one. Haven't got any counters the last few attacks, which is also not great. Alright. I think this is high potion. Yes, alright. That was my one high potion. My lone high potion right there. Nice crit. This is what it's going to be for the rest of the battle, to see if I can hold out long enough. Another crit. And that's what I'm going to need, is I'm going to need counters and crits on the counters. And I've invested enough time where I might just use some elixirs here, because I won't really need a ton of elixirs at the end of the game. There aren't really any other bottlenecks in the game where I'm going to need elixirs, so I won't be too scared to use them in this fight. So if Bart gets hit again, I might use the elixir on him. Or I'll wait and see if I get down to one character. Counter. Alright, there's Bart's down. Wow, no counters the last 3 or 4 attacks. There's a crit. One of these times I want to see that crit and see him go down. Well, 1 crit. Let's get the double. Not quite. One of these times. Yeah, I'll use the elixir. Get Lena up to full health. Good morning, B. Hello. Thank you for stopping in. I'm sad that I cannot be ringing the bell at Galleria today, but I'm happy to inform you that I do have a Geomancer in this run, so I will be using bells at some point. Thank you for stopping in this morning and saying hello. I'm in the middle of a very, very long fight with Galleria that I'm not sure I have enough resources to win. I need some good luck on counters. I need to counter his attacks, and I need to get a good number of crits from these last couple of characters. Otherwise, I will have wasted a ton of time sitting here fighting this thing. There we go. But thank you, B. It's great to have you here. You can see I'm playing the Japanese version. This is one of the challenges I've put on for myself on the 13th and final run of the Fiesta. I'm playing through Japanese. I don't know Japanese, can't read it or speak it. So I'm trying to memorize what the items look like by their first couple of characters. Okay, thank you, B. You got to head out, no problem. Thank you for stopping in and saying hello. If you're around later, I might stop in and say hello myself, but I appreciate you popping in. And have a nice day. Now I'm getting access to White Mage, so that will help on my elixir stash. So I don't feel too bad about using my high potion and elixir there. Well, B, I'm playing this in Japanese just because I know where most of the items are, and I know what most items cost in the store, so I'm just kind of going by my memory. So part of it is a test for myself, to see how well I can do, and to see what kind of comical situations I might get in where I'm not sure which item is which. But when I know where there's an elixir, say, so I see what item I pick up, I go, okay, the elixir's first couple characters look like this, so I know to watch for that. So far I haven't made very many big errors in menuing, but I'm sure there will be many later. I'll have to learn which of the White Mage's spells are which. Once I get the White Mage here, I'll have to play around, learn which one is Cure, which one is Protect, which one's Cure 2 once I get that in the next town. So I've got some playing around to do, and I'll have to get used to knowing which one is the heal staff and which one is the White Mage's offensive weapon. I might have to stick just with the heal staff. So that I'm not getting confused in battles. Outside of battle, I can tell because I can see the stats change. So I know the heal staff has attack value of 0. So I can see that in the character menu screen. But if I'm switching during battle, I'll have a harder time. Sildra rescuing us again. And giving up his life again. Taking to think that that's the last time we'll hear Sildra's voice. Okay, I think my guys are still rushed. Confirm that, yes. So let's heal them up and get ourselves a white mage. Then I'll do a couple of test battles, pose out here in front of Walt's town to learn which of my spells are which. I'll probably just have to learn them by number, by spell number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it goes Cure, Scan, Antidote across the top. So the first one should be Cure. Where's my white mage? Alright, and these counter and build up, but if I have the heal staff in her hand more often than not. Okay, so this is the heal staff. That's the regular junkie staff. I should just sell that one. In fact, let me do that. Let me sell the junkie staff. I'll sell some of the equipment that we don't need, that I know we don't need. I need to buy some items anyway. Alright, so this is becoming more interesting now because I have to go by the prices. I think that's the flail. Yeah, that's the heal staff. So this is the junkie staff. Those are the broadswords. You know, I really should save before I do any of this, but I know that's the whip. I'm not going to use the whip. Can't use it. The daggers, I'm going to... Well, no. I'll keep the knife, but I'll sell the daggers. That's the knife. This is the rod. I don't have anyone who can use the rod. No, I won't have anyone who can use rods. This, the white mage cannot use the rods. There's that bell. Where else? Where did I get another staff? Where did I get another elemental staff? I don't know. I must have gotten that from a drop. Certainly, certainly didn't buy it. Okay. So the white mage just has the flail and the heal staff. We'll get the heal staff on her for now. Vera still has the elf cape. That's that thing. So I can recognize that. Alright. Let's confirm all of this now. We'll get in a battle. And let's see about all this stuff. I think one of those other things is the shuriken that I picked up. The 5 skill thing that I picked up. Okay. Let that scan. Okay, first one is Cure. No problems. Get rid of all these guys except one, maybe. Well, we're all in the back row still, which will take a nice long time. Okay, that's scan. This one, antidote. Okay. That's antidote. So it does go cure, scan, antidote. Armor, and I don't know what the next one would be. Maybe it's confused something. Something else low level. Okay, so that must be armor. What's this one? Alright, it missed. Whatever it was, it missed. Thinking it's charm, but I guess I don't know for sure if that's this level. Oh, it's mute. Okay. Mute and then armor. Okay, good to know. Alright, here's that elf cape. Shining bright. Okie doke. Okay, so I think we will have time to go through the Karnak Castle escape. And I can skip the ribbon, but I will want to get the heal spell while I'm there. Yeah, I think we're good. Alright, now we go to warp over to the other continent. That nice cave music. Okay, so where are our monks? 45 is the next level, and that one might be chakra, or it might start learning the HP plus abilities. Thankfully, those should be marked. Those ought to be marked with the numerals 10, 20, and 30%. So that should be fine. Alright. Into the forest, and these are the... This is where I want to fight battles. I forgot to switch... Oops. I don't want my white mage in the front row, but it doesn't matter. I do want my monks in the front row. And I'm going to see what I can do with kicks. These guys. I don't know if 3 kicks will actually get these guys down. 1 attack certainly will. So let's see if 3 kicks will do it. Okay, now the front row guys will definitely go down. 40. And I'll have to adjust my rows. The 3 kicks might actually do it. Almost. This counter will help finish it up. So yeah, the money is good. Gonna need the money. And in the next town here, I'll buy the next 2 spells, and I'll need to learn which is which. So let's should get the front 2. This next kick, will that get the next 2? Okay, great. So that'll just cut down the damage taken by getting 4 of them out of the way in the first round. And I like to fight the battle just before I leave the forest. Does that get them all? Yeah, that does get them all. So we must have just gotten a level there. Okay, level 10. We must have just increased our damage. Very good. Very good. Yeah, if they're doing 44 in the back row. Yeah, 42 to 44 in the back row. That's nice. Get the nice high rolls again. Good. So I guess either way, 4 of the 40s is going to be enough to kill those. So I must have just gotten the other multiplier that I need. Just the one I needed. Cool. And I'm going to keep this configuration through the steamship and especially through the castle escape. Alright. So let's trigger the next event scene. I'm trying to decide what should I buy? What item should I get at the deep discount? Can't use swords. Get the mithril knife. Not such a great deal though. Hello, Soniku. I suppose you know Japanese better than I do, because I know no Japanese. I can say height, and I can say iya. That might be all I can say. I can say ichi, ni, san, but not much else, I'm afraid. And I think I've entered this. I've gotten myself into trouble here. All right, that's the robe. All right, I'll get one of these. Call that good. Good morning to you, Soniku. I am very good. You can see I'm on the Japanese version here, just to add a little bit of challenge to my 13th run, and it's great to chat with you again. I know I haven't been streaming, and I haven't been on Twitch very much, even as a viewer, very much recently, so it's nice to be back. I have a little bit of time this week, but I've been quite busy, and I have more things coming up this fall, so I'm happy to finish up the Fiesta in a good way here. I'm going to stream this whole run of the Japanese version here, and then I'll have some stuff coming up after that, so I'll be off Twitch again for a while after this. This is another one of those waiting segments. Yeah, for the stream today, my goal is to get through the steamship and the castle escape, and that'll get me up to about 3:30 my time. That's about when I was planning on finishing today's stream. So far, my challenges with the Japanese version have just been, and I anticipated this, has been in menuing. You haven't finished your first run yet? Well, you have one more week. You have one more week. Goes till September 1st, although I think RK, the operator of Fiesta, I think he does take victory tweets after that, but Gilgabat shuts down in assigning new jobs, but I think RK does manually do some of those. If you care to go back to it, you can finish it up. If you don't care to, that's fine too also, of course. Yeah, so far I've been just kind of memorizing the first couple of characters of items when I pick them up, so when I grab an elixir, say, I just go, okay, I recognize the first character of that as an elixir, although I used my elixir on the Galera battle. I didn't buy enough potions going in. So now I'll have to wait till I pick up another one to recognize what it is. You re-roll the second chemist into a Dragoon? Yeah, 2 chemists is a little bit too much. You don't really need 2, especially if it's not a natural run. In this one, I actually re-rolled 3 of my jobs in this one because this run finishes out all of the jobs of the game. So I was missing White Mage, Monk, and Samurai in my runs this year. So I rolled up 4 jobs, and then I paid the job fare to get the White Mage, Monk, and Samurai. And then Geomancer is my Fire Crystal job. So with this run, I will finish up having all of the jobs, which is cool. And I got to make another little donation, which is also cool. I was hoping to do 20 runs this summer, but that was a little bit ambitious because I have a couple of trips this summer. I took a couple of weeks traveling, so probably was too big a goal to assign myself, knowing that I had those coming up. But 13 is good enough. I did 12 last year, so I'm up from last year. But I think my battle here in this one, I'll have to just be careful not to sell anything irreplaceable accidentally. Okay. Okay, and health. I'm gonna clear out the first room of the steamship here. A lot of the items, when I go to sell them, I'll have to rely on my memory as to how much they cost. So I just have to remember, like, oh, shurikens only sell for 5, so it's safe to get rid of those. And, or like turtle shells sell for this much, and dragon fangs sell for this much, so I know what I'm getting rid of when. Because I don't want my inventory to be too crowded. This is the mithril glove, although it should have the glove icon next to it, I think. No, I don't see a glove icon. Unless it's this. I thought that it had its own glove icon and not a ring, but I might be wrong about that. That's okay. I don't think I'll accidentally sell off my elf cape. And this is... that's an elixir. Yeah, this is elixir. And is this high potion? No. I don't have any high potions right now. Actually, I need to buy some regular potions as well. Oh, that top one might have been a high potion. That's not a regular potion. See, this is my challenge. This is where my challenge is coming from. It's in menuing. So that will create some tense moments later in the game when I have critical choices to make in knowing which one's the elixir and which one's the phoenix down. Let's see if I can clear these guys out before they flash on me. There's flash. All right. Too bad. Gonna be a lot of missing. I'll try to finish this off, though. Go! And I will have to buy some eye drops. I'll buy some of all the support items. I haven't done that yet. Can't do much with these guys. You know what I have to be careful of? I'd like to usually get the thief glove and sell that for 1,500. I'll have to make sure, because I think the elf cape also sells for 1,500. So I'll have to make sure that I don't accidentally sell the elf cape off. I'll have to have Ferris equipped with the elf cape, confirm that in the menu that I've got 2 of them before I sell off the other icon, the other characters that are Elf Cape. So this is lots to think about. But I'll manage. Okay. Here's my potions. Those I recognize, because that I recognize the first character of potions. So we're good there. Antidotes. Softs are 150. These are tents. That's Phoenix Down, that's soft. These are like Luck Mallet and Maiden's Kiss, but I think eye drops are these 21s. I think Maiden's Kisses are those, and the Luck Mallets are those. I think that's good. I think that's everything. And I'm going to try not to ever use the best equip thing, because it's gonna mess me up too much. So I'm gonna try to deliberately go through the equipment as much as I can. All right, so let me. Does she have the silk robe on? I bet she has the silk robe. Yeah, she has the silk robe, and he has probably the mithril vest or something. Okay, yeah. And I think that's the silk robe. Yeah, that's the silk robe. Alright, so this is the mithril vest, and this is the one of the hats they can... But I'll get a couple more of these. And I guess I get a couple of those hats. That up, yeah, that's that up for him. And her. You, of course, because we have nothing for you. We have nothing for you, huh, Caleb? You don't even have an accessory? You get, I think that's the glasses. Okay. I think we're ready now, and I think she has the heal staff equipped. Oh, I need to buy white magic. Sorry, there was one more thing I need to do. I think this is where I get Cure 2. Need to buy the next level of white magic. You white? Nope. Time. Black. I think that's black. Yeah. Okay. And I have all those already. These 3. Alright, so I need to figure out which ones of those are which, so bear with me another minute. I'll get an Arando out here. And try these out. Okay. Alright, so that's going to be heal right there. So it's these ones that I just bought. Okay, that must be Cure 2. Oh, 29. I bet that's life. This one is... But I bet that's charm. Okay. Okay, I bet that's charm, and this must be life. Alright, cool. Alright. I think I've got that right. So let's do it. Liquid Flame, huh. So I'm going to be running from most of these battles with the flashy enemies. The Liquid Flame shouldn't be too much trouble while I have access to Cure 2. That's a nice thing about the White Mage. And I need to sort my items. Okay, yeah, Phoenix down, potion, tent, elixir. This is high potion. That's ether. These are all the eye drops and stuff. That's elixir though. Thankfully, the HP MP, you can see that in the description, so I can always have my biggest ones right up top. The Halicarnassus battle is going to be interesting if I don't know which items are my Maiden's Kisses. I think that's... Is that a high potion I picked up? No, that's not. Must be... I don't know, I should have looked better, more closely at the characters. Gotta be better about that. That'll do that. Oh yeah, is that Lick? Is that what that one is called? Lick Confused. Yeah, I don't want to do this one. Get out of here. And I do always like to clear all the treasures out of this one. So I'll try to get a good look at the Thief Club. So when I sell it, I don't accidentally sell off an elf cape. There's another nasty fight. They might get a flash off here. Unless they don't have it in their first... Okay, that's Slip. I think that's Slip. They might not have flash in their first spot in their AI script. It might be a second round thing only. But I think this is Green Beret. And let me see if someone can equip that Green Beret. Yeah, they can. It's some nice stat ups for everybody. Okay, here's the Thief Glove. So Ferris has... Elf Cape starts with that character. This one starts with that character. Okay. Man, what is with these nasty back attacks? Yikes. I would like to fight a couple of these kinds of fights, but back attacks from battles with the flip guys, not great. Alright, we're almost to the switch puzzle. Then it'll be the fight with Liquid Flame. And on to the castle escape. This is the morning, or not the morning star, it's the full moon, I think it is. It's the weapon that thieves and ninjas can throw from the back row. Alright, and these are the tents. Yep. Alright, and yeah, we didn't really get a lot of AP or experience down here, at least so far. See what else we can do. Alright. This won't be bad. I'll be able to fight the little guys at the end without much trouble. Alright, yeah, I should have waited on him to target the first row. Yikes. Not a very lucrative battle. Maybe I'll start running from those. Not worth the 3 potions I'm going to have to use healing up that damage. These battles are nice if you have ice attacks that can get everybody. All right. Okay, that's the one. All right. I think this is as good as we're gonna get for now, at least. Hello, Queen Karnak. Flame is not a great start. Flame again. So let's see Tornado. Okay, great. Perfect. So I'm going to let it burn itself out of MP in the Tornado form. Yeah, and actually, it might even, if it casts Fire 2 on one of those monks, we might have enough hit points to survive. Those monks with those hefty hit point totals, they might be alright. And I'll use the free healing here while I can. Alright, so now I'll wait until we are ready to go. So the tornado is fully out of MP. Alright, okay, there we go. Not enough MP. Cool. And I'm not sure quite how to time my buildups. We'll see what happens here now. Alright, she's got a Cure 2 ready and on the way. Alright, there we go. So it just used its attack. There we go. So there's 400 to it. Magnet. Alright, now this one's gonna attack human form with buildup. He's gonna use flame. We're back to the tornado form. Cool, we're full health. There was the buildup. Would love to get a crit there. Alright, now we're in not great shape because he's gonna get nasty here. Unfortunately, it's not getting too nasty though, I guess. We'll take that. I got some bonus damage from the counter. Fire 2, but she should be able to survive that. Cool. Alright. And I'll just to heal her up. And I think Bartz needs a little bit of health as well. Okay. We've got a build-up coming, and then I'll just keep these guys queued up. That's how I'll handle this. I'll keep these other attacks queued up. So I can deliver the attack right away. Nice crit. This Fire 2, that's going to take her out. Sadly. Wish we could have targeted that on someone else, but wasn't to be. But you know what? I'm going to wait to revive her until we've got the tornado form. Because otherwise that flame would have taken her out. This battle's a little bit more hands-on than I was thinking. But not so bad. I should have white magic on more than just one character. I'll have to diversify a little bit when we continue on. Have a couple of other characters train as a white mage. That's a handy skill to have on anybody. And I'll get 2 build-ups ready. Depending on what we need. Alright, and this other build-up should be striking forthwith. Excellent. Now not Lena, please. There we go. Perfect. Now it can go right back into that same routine. It's the exact same thing. I'll get a couple of build-ups queued. Varus is ready to fight in case it gets into the finger form again. Yeah, I wish we were landing more of those build-up hits. Alright, here comes Fire 2. Oh, no. Here does not come Fire 2. And there's a Flame Staff. Flame Rod, I should say, not a staff. Flame Rod. Alright, liquid flame down. Queen Karnak. Yada yada yada. Castle's gonna explode. Alright, how's my equipment? I think we're okay. I might actually just put her into an offensive weapon, though. Because it's going to be such a short dungeon. So she has an offensive weapon, and these monks are just... There you go. Still has the elf cape, does Ferris. So booyah for that. We try to rescue the fire crystal. We are not successful. Boil that. This Wolfman recognizes Galef, but Galef doesn't know who the Wolfman is. Presumably, I guess, but it's never really explained. This Wolfman must be from Kelb village, the village of the werewolves in World 2. But it never explains how that wolf got here. If the worlds are separate, it explains how he got here and knows who Galef is. Now, there's other wolf people on this world, like Lone Wolf, but I guess we never really find out how they are related to the werewolf people in World 2. It's all very strange. But anyway, we're coming up on the castle escape, which is the big one. And I will grab the Guardian Dagger, the Mon Gauche Dagger, and also the Elf Cape. And as many elixirs as I can. I should be able to get all of the elixirs. I have enough offensive power that should be able to get it all. Oh, Samurai Goro, that wolf came from the Karnak meteor. Okay. I must have forgotten that little bit of plot. That wolf arrived with the Karnak meteor. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Samurai Goro, and hello. Thank you for popping in today. They do mention him in the village later, in Kelp Village? Okay. I usually just, you know, mash through a lot of the story sequences in this, so it's been a while since I've really paid attention to the finer plot points like that. But thank you for checking in and letting me know on that. But nobody ever mentions Lone Wolf. Okay, because I know we see wolf people in this world. And I guess Lone Wolf would be related to the werewolf town, but nobody mentions that. Okay, alright, well I'm going to focus here for the castle escape. I think I have build-up on everybody, and I think build-up is going to be what I want to go for with the Gigas enemies. I think I want to try to avoid as many of the arrow spells as I can. So if I can do 400 damage for each arrow counter instead of 200 damage. Oh, and he's countering twice from the 2 hits. That's unfortunate. So that's good that we're building up. Okay, cool. There's the elixir. Alright, these are my regular potions. Gotta make sure I don't accidentally use items I don't want to use. Samurai Goro, as you can see, I'm on the Japanese version here. I'm doing this just as some extra challenge for myself. To see how well I can play this game kind of blind, not really knowing what items are. It's going to test my memory of how well I know the items and things in the game. But no random battles so far, knock on wood. Right, good, and just the 1 Gigas battle. It's not the big battle. So there's Arrow 2 again. Bad luck with that. I guess I'd like to see him attack, because I think that does less damage than Arrow 2. 1 counter. So he must have skipped the first counter during that little gap. And then just counter 1. So that's good, though. That's fine. Cool, Guardian Dagger. Nobody can use that just yet, so I don't have to worry about equipping it. A Geomancer, when I unlock it after the escape, will be able to. I wonder if Kick will do this. Now Kick's damage looks pretty low. Okay, so you wrote a Lewis script for the Japanese version to translate. That's cool, Samurai Goro. Yeah, your Lewis scripts are great. Your scripts are great. I really appreciate you sending those over to me last time. They've been very helpful. And that, of course, would be very helpful if you're working on a task of the game. It would be nice to be able to have that if you're working on a task. If you're not using the translated ROM, of course, which I know a lot of purists really like to see this Japanese version run, but of course a lot of us Westerners don't know enough Japanese to do it. And speedrunners seem to just kind of learn the words that they need to know for speedrunning. They don't necessarily learn all of the Japanese characters for every item. They just learn the things that they use typically. Needs it. There we go. See if I can get all of this one round here. No, the dogs are fine, and I think I can get the mage. Yeah, especially with the crit, I can get the mage in 1 hit. Oh, I thought. No. Too much health. Even with the crit, I couldn't get it all in 1 hit. Alright. Okay. Alright, just the 1. Let's see if I get good luck. Alright, nice on the attack instead of the Arrow 2. And let's get good luck on the crits here. No first. Okay, looks like the second one got the crit. Or the counter, I'm sorry, not the crit. Counter. Up. In case she gets hit with another nasty. Okay, I think she has an offensive weapon, so it's not good that she's confused. Well, she missed a chance. I was going to have her maybe use Cure 2. I got all messed up when the second attack on the dog missed on the Kurnak. Or it's not the Kurnak. I guess these dogs are a little bit different than I think they are. Another elixir, money. I'm going to heal here. Shoot. Okay. Alright, great. I hadn't done that in the menu before. Ooh, back attack. That's nasty. That's ugly. I'm going to try to reset this one. Let's re-roll this if I can. Lena? Alright, I guess we take it. Oh, Toad. Ugh. That's gross. That's gonna cost me a lot of time. I'm gonna have to figure out what I need. Because I don't know which one of these is Maiden's Kiss. I have no idea. And I'm not gonna try in battle. Figure it out. Let's see if that'll kill it. Okay, good. We don't have to worry about the counter. I'm glad we got that crit on the counterattack. This is really a nasty fight. Okay, and there's the escape there. Okay, there's the other elf cape. Alright, so before we fight... Ooh, 3 minutes. Wow. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get Galef untoaded. And I'll try to fight the boss fight first and then run back in and grab the heal spell. Okay, wow, first try. First guess. Alright, I should be able to have enough time for everything. I should be able to beat this guy and grab the heal spell, although it's going to be tight. Okay, there we go. That's good. If I get a crit or two, that would help me immensely on these build-ups. Oops. Nope, she just fight. Okay, yeah, you better bring it. Yep. We're bringing it. Right? Dice. Come on, guys. One of these will do it. Come on now. Alright, very good. Let's go. Let's get these dogs out of here. Thank you. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Ouch. That's terrible. I still should be able to do it, but that's terrible. Okay, arrow 2. Alright, whatever. Build up. Build up. Throw. Build up. Alright. Doesn't matter. Alright, that's a counter, so actually the first one might get him, so we might skip all arrow counters. Nope, not quite. 1, 2 arrow counters, 2 counters. Come on, come on, come on. There it is. Yep. Giant drink, I know. Alright, there's the heal spell. Alright, let's get out of here. Ooh, boy. Okay, cool. So, yeah, now that I've got the fire crystal, I am going to end the stream here. I'm going to do one other thing real quick before I finish up, and that's put someone into the Geomancer class and get a picture of my new bell, of the bell, because that's my thing. I'm a bell guy. I made it out, I know, and he's safe. Yeah, Sonicu, I just got in before the tag on that one. That was a pretty exciting castle escape. as castle escapes go. That one was pretty exciting. It could have been a lot less exciting without all those back attacks. But yikes. Yep. So anyway, I'm gonna get one screenshot of a geomancer ringing a bell, and then I'm gonna call it for the day. To make someone a geomancer first. But I appreciate you guys popping in and giving me your goodwill, wishing me good luck. I'm gonna need it for the rest of the run. But it shouldn't be too bad, and I think we'll have some fun on our way to victory here. I am going to clear out all of the tablets and all the special weapons at the end, so you'll get to see that. That'll be fun. Okay. Here you go. Ferris. You got it. So this one, I bet this is Chakra here. And you'll get you the bell. And that's the elf cape. Where's my other elf cape? You get the other elf cape. Cool. Alright, so I'm going to get in a battle here, get my bell shot, save it, and we'll call it. Because my good friend B. Marie needs a bell shot. I'll sit here so we get all of that animation. Cool. There it is. All right. Well, thanks again, everybody, for stopping in. And I'll be streaming every day this week. Every day this week I'll be doing it. It won't always be the same time, but every day this week I'll be streaming on this version. So we hope to see you guys again soon. And thanks again for popping by.